Hi, everyone. Welcome back. So I'm here with Frances for another episode of PPC in the Trenches. She's currently managing about $500,000 a month on ad spend, and as am I. And Cess is probably the only other person I would trust with my own money when it comes to Google Ads. The only person in the industry I try to earn some respect from. So yeah, that's so welcome back to another episode.
Yeah, it's nice to be here as always. So yeah.
Just before we started, we were talking about the Performance Max. Well, first of all, this 2 weeks has been so intense with information because of the Google. What is it called? I think that live.
Google Live, GHL, I forget, Google Marketing, whatever.
Yeah,
Live.
that's right. It's Google GML. Yeah, the Google Marketing Live thing, and it's just news be coming out. Yeah, it's. And one of the things that's not from there, but I want to talk about it first so I don't forget, is Google Performance Max allowing the selection of only Google Map ads. So on the map, and when people search for it, your ad comes in the first, your location comes in the first place. Say for a mechanic or for a chiropractor or just physical places, yoga studios. You know, I think it's going to be sorry to say the cliche, but I think it's going to be a game changer.
It would be, especially in the Australian market where LSA is not available yet.
That's right. Okay, that's what you're thinking. That's why you didn't share my enthusiasm when we talked about it just now, because LSA is available other places.
True.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. What do you think? How you feel about
I think it would be like a game changer. I mean, LSA, I've tried running LSA in some US markets for some clients. But yeah, it's not available in Australia yet. So I think if this one gets rolled out to Australia, it would be great. Yeah.
We've been checking our accounts. We haven't seen any our accounts yet. So, but I know that some people do already have this map feature. So the tip I got from a trusted source this morning is that if you just start off a PMAX, so this is for anyone who's listening who's doing ads or who's thinking about doing it, is if you do straight up PMAX with location only, right? Google Map ads only. Yeah, apparently it won't run. You won't even serve because it will have no information. Yeah. So the tip I got was that you have to run it with all the placements and slowly shave it off. Shave off YouTube, shave off search, shave off display, and you're left with maps. So that becomes your map campaign.
That makes sense. So just like let it build data for a little while and then shave it off.
Bleed some money. So I think it's well worth it because I have a mechanic client and I think I would definitely want to do it for them.
It kind of makes sense, that tip you got, because if you look at how the performance of each channel for PMAX, usually it's the maps that's getting the lowest impressions.
Yeah.
So that somehow makes sense if you start with that.
Never thought about that. So I guess that in that sense it does make sense to do that. The next one is a Google rep is telling me the importance of Google. Google platform comparable data. So this is now about the YouTube ads. YouTube ads so this is not view through conversions. This is view through. Yes, we've got to turn it on, but this is more about using it to compare against platforms like Facebook ads, etc. Because Facebook ads are always inflated.
Yeah.
Everything you get Facebook ads is always inflated. So they're saying to do that. Yeah.
Interesting.
Cool.
They always have these tools that they can access that we cannot. So it's always a leverage for us to utilize them for those data.
So we're gonna start turning it on. He showed me where to turn that one on because that would just got released too. So we're gonna start turning it on and we're gonna start doing that. But
are you heavy on like YouTube ads lately?
No, I'm not. And it's sad because we do so much meta and a lot of ads can be transferred over. But back then they used to talk about that first 30 seconds. If they skip, you don't get charged. I don't think it's like that anymore, man. I think they talk about it like that, but I don't know. Like it's very hard to measure. It's just really expensive. We haven't really made any money from it unless it's remarketing. That's all we're doing now.
I see. Yeah, it's hard.
I cut you off before. What were you about to say about YouTube?
No, I was just gonna say it's just mostly for awareness anyway. Not really for like actual bottom of funnel conversions. So,
yeah. And you have something to talk about on that too, right? About the video ads.
Oh yeah. So I've got this experience just this week. A client asked us to like remove the videos, etc. for this campaign because they don't like the videos that we are running. And then I removed it. And then come tomorrow, they sent an email. Why do we have this video running on YouTube? They recorded it, sent us the video.
Yeah,
and we were like, oh my God, we're not running that video. Yeah. And turns out it's just Google. Lo and behold, Google just creating own videos from the assets that we we added. But the thing there is I've got all the AI stuff turned off. I thought even if it's that turned off, it's not going to create a video. I reached out to a rep. The response I got is it's automatic, and if we don't want that to happen, we need to load in a new video, at least 10 seconds. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the issue there.
Oh wow, I didn't see that one coming. I know I saw the notes before we spoke. No, I didn't see that one coming because I know about that feature, and I know there's a secret place to turn it off. Like, it was very difficult to find. So the rep's saying you can't even turn it off anymore.
Yeah, that's what they told us. And
PMAX?
you can even PMAX. Yeah, I've added that screenshot in the notes where it says that Google may create videos. If we don't have one, which is scary. So it could be worth giving clients a heads up.
The heads up for that, for sure. Yeah, I've had one experience like that. It just looked like a slideshow of, like a primary school kid's done a slideshow of using my images. That's how bad it was at the time. Yeah, that's how bad it was. Yeah, so especially for a premium brand.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, nice. And then a lot of things happened at the Google Marketing Live. And I want to talk about the death of display campaigns and DSA. Yeah, but that was coming back. That was going to come.
Yeah,
either way. Yeah. Any feelings from you about it? I think it's better for it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like we don't know it was coming. It's something that it's just a little, I would say, a little nostalgic for me, for someone who's been in the industry for like 13 years now, and these things are starting to disappear.
I mean, 13 years. So you were doing when PPC was really cheap, like clicks and stuff, much cheaper.
And then we do bids like at the keyword level, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And it's really different now. So those things are the ones that worked for us before. Yeah. DSA,
Yeah, no, DSA is a big thing for you. DSA has never been a big thing for me. I use it like here and there. It's never been a big thing for me, but they're kind of consolidating back into the PMAX and AI Max, and the thing that is, it's going to be less about those tactics on the ground and how you structure it, and more about other things. I think that's good for some. I think it's good for me. I don't know. Do you feel more positive about it, or do you feel
positive in a sense, because I feel like it's just adapting to how user search behavior has changed, because I mean, before people just type 2 or 3 words, they're good. Now they're like typing entire sentences. So,
got you. I guess that's true, because then whatever that DSA stuff doesn't work anymore anyway, right? It's completely missing that point. Cool. So the next one is AI ads in AI mode. So ads in AI mode, and I'm told that the way to get in those is to turn on AI Max.
Yeah,
what are you going to do?
Well, Google reps now have been very
briefed.
They've been consistent in suggesting turning on AI Max. Every single one that I talked to this past 2 weeks. Yeah,
it's agenda now.
It's
on a quota.
Yeah.
It's on a quota.
So I think, I mean, it's somehow like, fear of missing out thing. Like, they're going to tell you, if you want your ads to show in AI mode, you need to use AI Max. And you're like, okay, I need more exposure, so we got to use this.
We're going to have to.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to do it. We're going to all have to do it. I think they're condensing the match type. So if anyone's listening, I'm going to be jumping on the wagon.
Yeah,
this week.
I've got a couple of my campaigns turned on AI Max. Yeah. The other interesting thing there is one rep that I spoke to this week was suggesting to turn on the final URL customization. That's really scary. But there's a thing there because they also gave me like a guardrail document. Where you have to turn it on, but they have like a tool for it based on it. It's specific for the business. You need to turn that on, but you need to also add this guardrail features like what type of voice to use, etc., etc. What words
that's my next topic. That's my next thing because they got this AI brief now. It's called.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's started in some accounts called AI Brief. So basically, you're allowed to type natural language and say, exclude certain words, which they told me that the AI Max does honor. That if you put the negative keywords, and also you're allowed to put natural language in saying like all the words that you would want to say. Yeah. So maybe that's what you're talking about. I haven't done it yet. I've seen the option to do it. I haven't started yet, but I'm going to start this week.
I've started this week with one of my accounts. I'll probably
let me know.
Check back on that after 2 weeks, and I'll keep you posted.
Let me know.
But it's like a long document, maybe 2-3 pages document, and then there's like all the guidelines you need to implement. And
so the reps gave you that, like he said, take this and do like make sure that's in. No, I haven't had that experience yet.
Okay.
I must have shit reps compared to you then. My accounts might be too small.
No, I'm just too entertaining, I think. I'm like, I just couldn't say no sometimes, but
cool. So the next one you might not have that much interest in, which I have a lot of interest in, is the AI Max for shopping. Right, so there's a lot of talk about AI Max going to GMC, Google Merchant Center.
Yeah.
But not a lot of information coming out on how it's going to improve. So they're talking about a lot about title optimization, description optimization, and they're all hiding behind the AI kind of umbrella. Like, oh, don't worry, we'll optimize it. But like, what are you optimizing? So the way we are approaching it at Digital Goliath is that we're going to grab more supplementary feed information. We're going to stack as much writing as we can in terms of colors, descriptions, sizes, and like we're trying to give the information as more information as possible to the AI to pick it up and optimize.
Okay, so you've turned it on, but you've supplemented it with a lot of information.
We're told it's always on. We're told it's on, it's happening already in GMC.
Oh, okay.
So it's like instant. Like that's what they said at the live thing.
I see.
Yeah. So it's AI Max for shopping, and basically they're going to get rid of standard shopping, and then it becomes, I guess, PMAX again.
Yeah.
So it's all gone. So everything becomes PMAX. So one get like, to me, it's like, well, where's the nuance? There's no more nuance, right? So it becomes even less and less skilled.
True.
It becomes two people just blindly auctioning the prices up.
True.
And it's the same owner owns both of them. So So if two Maxes bidding against each other, like, how can you even win?
There's a theory around that. I forget the exact term, but let's say you have 4 weeks in a month. So Google will favor this set of advertisers on week 1, and then another set of advertisers. That's the reason you see fluctuations week on week. You're not favored that week,
Oh, okay, cool. I don't have the God's favor that week.
That week.
I want to say something, and I say this out of love, Cess. And how much respect I have for you. I feel like that's bro science. Like there's some bro science behind there somewhere. Like people have no explanation. They're like, oh, this is what happened. I need some, but like it makes sense though. Why this fluctuation?
It makes sense, but I guess that's what people came up with because they don't know what's happening.
But I will say this though, that might dispel it. Like how we have impression share in competitor analysis. Compared to like auction insights. And how we have the impression share and absolute top, the one that overtake the competitor. Like how often you are above the percentage rate. That doesn't fluctuate like that though. Do you know what I mean? So unless Google's lying about that too.
Wait.
we don't know, but like, because that'll fluctuate as well. If I was favored one week and then someone else will favor, right? Yeah, that'll intertwine like the DNA graph, right? Like it'll go up and down across. Yeah.
But
cool.
I guess that came up because people think that, you know, there's a bunch of advertisers willing to pay on Google, and they all feel like Google would want these advertisers to get money out of their investment. So there will be like, I don't know, it's a fluctuation. But again, that's just a theory. We don't know. Yeah.
It makes sense. So was there anything else from your end? Because I got one last graph here that we can show.
No.
That, you know, the team put together. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I saw that. Looks nice. I thought it was you actually. Like, Jeremy had time to do this.
I definitely don't have time to do that. I'll share it now.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. Let me just have a look at that. Yeah, I mean, we're going to turn this into a bit of a PDF so people can download it if they wanted to. Yeah. So this is just basically the difference between AR Max for search, AR Max for shopping, which is coming along, and the traditional, well, I can't even believe I'm saying traditional PMAX, like the PMAX as it is. So yeah, I think that's quite useful in figuring out where you should be. In terms of, I think for my mechanic client, what I might do, let me stop sharing. For my mechanic client, what I might do is have the PMAX running for the maps eventually. And then I'm going to pump that up a lot. I'm going to have search for everything else, right? And I'm going to have a separate PMAX for just pick up stuff that's not a exact match keyword, and for some display YouTube game. And that's it. Because video's gone. Video's going to be gone, and that's all they're going to have is either demand gen or PMAX.
Yep.
Yeah, that's all.
Definitely. That's also the direction I'll be going into if I have the same client. Yeah. I agree. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, it was a good week. Was there anything else that you wanted to add?
Have you noticed, it was brought up in one of like meetings, this is on Meta, like how, I don't have the screenshot for it, but how loading in creatives has changed now, because previously you can select for like horizontal, vertical. Now it's not like that. You just select one image and Meta just like morphs it into,
plays around with it.
Yeah, different sizes. Yeah.
From my account, you can still select it. I was doing it yesterday. I was doing a lot of that yesterday. We loaded about 30 creatives yesterday. You can definitely still select it. There's a lot of talks about Meta in the last few weeks that it's tanked or something. The performance tanked. But I didn't see it. I didn't see it. It was okay.
I have like very few Meta, and I haven't seen that change myself yet. So.
Yeah, in your accounts? No, I haven't seen it either.
No,
I've read about it though.
But yeah, I've seen it yesterday. It was shared and then via screen sharing, and I was like, okay, it's real. I thought I was just, he's just making things up, but it's real.
There's a lot of that too. Oh yes, almost forgot. I saw Adrian Decker. I don't know how to pronounce his name. His post this morning was talking about ChatGPT ads, which is not available in Australia yet. Has the conversion setting already. Yeah, we've got to get onto that wagon.
I think they're also refining the targeting in some ways, that because before you just set it up and then let the AI do its thing, but now there's like a couple of targeting options that you can do now. So
it's going to be a big thing, man. So 26 billion estimated.
Yeah.
It's for the coming year, and I look at it like these things are so advanced and so creative, right? Like these platforms. Yet the only way of revenue, like sure revenue, is ads. What's up with that though? You know what I mean? Like people putting like humans on space, and the rev, it's just like you just put some ads and just wreck everything. Put sponsored and just wreck everything. I know I make money from it, but
that's our work. I mean, admittedly myself, that's what that I make money from ads, but I also like get tired of it. Like when I see it on YouTube, it's like
all the time,
or anywhere like Instagram, ads again. Everything is ads,
We're in the game, So it's like even like Lovable, like there's apps. They made it into app platform now, so they made it like everything. I think was 15-second and skippable in there. Right, LinkedIn ads is coming and making a comeback, but people are making money from LinkedIn again. You know what I mean? So like. That's the only way, like consistent way. So, I mean, 2 weeks ago when we spoke, so today is the 29th of May 2026. 2 weeks ago when we spoke, I think it was very, very early in ChatGPT on the small budget side.
Yeah.
Not 250 grand on the everyday agency side. We still couldn't, I couldn't create an account yet. 2 weeks later, it's already, you know, advanced. 2 weeks from now, who knows where it's going to be.
Okay. And you're still in queue, right? Like waiting for the...
I'm in the thing where I can create, but then as soon as I said I'm doing it for someone else, and I'm in Australia, they said, nah, they said it's not ready in Australia yet. Yeah.
Okay.
But I just haven't, look, it's also my fault because I've been so busy. I haven't been like keeping up with queues and, you know, who I got to talk to get in front of the queue, who I got to pay. Like I haven't been in that. I reckon if I was focused on that from beginning, I reckon I'm in beta now.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Because most of the people, you know, the ones that are famous in like the PPC world, the ones that keep posting, they're already in there. So maybe.
I'm so embarrassed. Yeah.
It's okay.
So one of these days, that's our goal, right? Me and you, we've got to attend those things.
Okay.
We've got to shake some hands. No, seriously, we've got to shake some hands.
Yeah, sure.
We'll say, what's up with your shit, man? Let me get into that beta next time you come up with something. No, seriously. All right, that's our goal.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, thanks again, Frances Suarez from, what they call you now, says PPC in LinkedIn?
Yeah. Says PPC.
Did you finish your website yet?
No, I haven't.
Okay, cool. I don't know what my team's been linking to, but you know, you have the footage, you get to release wherever you want. Again,
I
thanks
have
for
the
joining.
LinkedIn,
Yeah, you do have the LinkedIn stuff?
Yeah. I gave it. I gave it to the team.
Yeah, and you got the instant downloads now, me and you.
Yeah. Thanks for that.
No worries. All right, we'll probably come back in another 2 weeks. Thanks, guys.
See you guys. Thanks.
Okay.
Bye.
Hey, what's up? Jeremy Yang, the online ads guy here, owner of Digital Goliath Marketing. If you found whatever you're watching helpful, you found it interesting, like, subscribe, comment, suggest other topics you think we should cover here. We've aimed to release weekly episodes, helping SMEs with marketing, advertising, talking to professionals about growth, processes, all that good stuff. All right, see you on the next one.